Hi, and welcome to Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 secrets to hitting consistent 30K plus months in your coaching business. Now, these 3 secrets are things that I have built and tested and iterated over the last 4.5 years in my business, and it's these exact pillars that have supported me to build my business to over $1 million to date. Now, let's dive right on in. So the first thing that you absolutely must master and apply in your business, if you haven't already, is running virtual events. So these impactful online events or virtual events has been the key generator of majority of my income within my business. It was actually the very first thing I did to make money in my business. So I ran a 5 free day challenge in my Facebook group when the global pandemic started, which was when I started my coaching business. And I decided, what's a way that I can help people get into a better headspace? Because at the time, if you can remember, there was just so much negativity and uncertainty and fear going on in the world at the time. So I decided to create a private Facebook group and run a 5-day free challenge for those that really wanted to step out of that bubble of negativity and instead be motivated with tips and tools and strategies that they can apply to build more confidence in themselves and feel really good. And I did this out of the pure joy and fun that events really are when you are really passionate about what it is you help people with. And people wanted to work with me after this. And little did I know that it would be this very process that would go on to support me to make, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. So because it was so much fun and it generated great results, I decided to run another one and another one and another one. And when I really started to realize that the more I learned and the more I paid attention to the details and the specifics of events, the better my results were, I started to become quite obsessed with it. How can I get better results every single time I run an event? And here we are 4.5 years later. It's now something that I teach my clients because it supported me that much. Remember, I started off as a mindset coach helping women build confidence, guys. So it doesn't matter what your niche is, this process works. And this is why you see the best of the best entrepreneurs, CEOs, and experts out there running online events as well. Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Marie Forleo, Amy Porterfield, Russell Brunson, Brendan Broussard, Mel Robbins, all of these people, they run events, whether it's free events, whether it's live events, whether it's paid events, whether it's evergreen events, whatever it is, they're running events. Even people such as Taylor Swift, she's a billionaire and she has mastered the art of running really, really powerful events or concerts. And Elon Musk, whenever he creates a new Tesla product, he runs an in-person event. Whenever Apple launches a new iPhone or iPad or iPod or whatever it might be, they run an event to really announce it and create hype, and that's what gets them increases in sales. And so this process works, and it's worked across the test of time. And you always want to pay attention to that. I'm really big on not following these trends and fleeting things and algorithm hacks and all of that sort of fluff, because that comes and goes. And I want a sustainable business model that I don't need to reinvent the wheel to all the time. So events has been absolutely key. And in order to do it properly, you need a proper plan. And I give my clients a step-by-step formula to follow to really know exactly what they're doing, why they're doing it, how they're doing it. And I give them all of the tools and all of the templates and all of the scripts that they could possibly need so they have a rock solid plan for their events ready to hit them up for success. And my goodness, when I tell you the client results that I've had clients that have gotten 30 sales calls booked within just a couple of hours of finishing their event. I've had clients that have made $70,000 just after working with me for, a couple of months from one event. That's not from many events. That's from one launch, guys. I've had clients that have started their business and within 2.5 months have already made over $72,000 from running one really big launch. I've had clients that have spent years trying to make just a few $1,000s and then be in my program, and within a matter of just a few weeks, they've generated more money than they had in the last 3 years. These are just some of the case studies and testimonials and results of clients that have followed this process because they have a plan in place. So Events is definitely the number one thing, and I do it every single month in my business, and it's the biggest money generator in my entire business. So that's number one, is running events. You've got to have a plan. You've also got to promote it. I see so many people run an event, or they hear a podcast like this and they're like, oh, cool. I'm going to run an event because Sofia just said, or this person just said. Because they go in without a plan, and because they lack sales skills and marketing skills, and they don't know how to promote it, or they don't want to be annoying and bother people, they've gone to all of this effort to try and plan this event, but because they haven't effectively promoted it, they don't have many people register, and then they certainly don't have many people show up, and then they wonder why they don't get the sales that they're after. So it's important that you have a plan. It's important that you promote it, and then it's very important that you know how to present it. If you don't know how to effectively present your signature presentations and your events, your confidence is going to lag. People are going to feel that. You're going to avoid selling, or when you do, it's going to be really awkward and weird, and your energy is going to shift, and you're not going to really get your message across. And that is quite important if you want people to buy from you. So if you're going to run events, make sure you have a plan, make sure you have a promotion strategy, and make sure you know how to present effectively. These things are quite easy when you have a step-by-step formula to follow, and this is exactly why I support my clients on this very thing, because when you get it right, the results that I just shared with you before is what gets to be possible. And I have a method called the 6-figure event method, and my events generate over 6 figures every single time I run it because of these 3 things being nailed. So that's number one, is running events. So if you want to get to consistent 30K months and beyond, like you've just heard, then you've got to be running events, just without a doubt. There's a reason why the best of the best do it. If you want to be the best of the best, do what the best of the best do. It's quite simple. Number 2 is you've got to have a marketing strategy in place. Gone are the days where you can post a quote here and there, where you can just show up daily on social media and hope that people come into your inbox wanting to buy from you. Gone are the days where you can just post in Facebook groups and just hope that it all works out. We don't want to guess, we don't want to wish, and we don't want to hope. We want to have a plan. In fact, we want to have a specific, simple, and sustainable marketing strategy that both feels good and converts. And to do this, there needs to be 3 key things that we nail. So number 1 is you've got to have really clear messaging, okay? When you have very specific messaging where you're speaking directly to your ideal clients, that's what's going to get your content to actually land for people. It's what's going to get people to engage and interact and ask to work with you or want to learn more. If you don't have inquiries daily, if you don't have interactions daily, if you don't have people signing up to work with you weekly, then there are things that need to be changed in your messaging to be able to get that result. So if you don't have that as your reality, then you have not mastered this. I see a lot of people dabble in marketing. They avoid marketing. They don't really like marketing. But here's the thing, it's one of the 3 core pillars that need to be mastered if you want to generate high level of income rather than a sale here and there, or if that, right? So you've got to nail your messaging, guys. You've got to know your ideal client so deeply that when you post content, your ideal client is like, whoa, how does she know exactly what I'm thinking right now? How does she know exactly what I'm feeling right now? How does she know the specifics of what is going on? When you do that right, people come running to you, okay? It happens all of the time. Now, the second piece to mastering your marketing strategy is you've got to have specific attraction strategies. You've got to know, how are you meeting your target audience? How are you finding them? How are they finding you? Where are you hanging out? And what specifically are you doing to get people to come to you? Okay, so if you want to be able to attract people, then you have to have attraction strategies in place. I see so many people doing mostly nurture strategies, and that's why they just keep talking to the very small audience that they've got, and they're not really bringing in new people on repeat. So you've got to have an attraction strategy, you've got to have a nurture strategy, and a conversion strategy, right? But if you want to get your marketing right, first you've got to attract them, okay? The events will nurture them, and the third piece that I'm going to talk to you about after marketing is what's going to convert them. But if you want to get your marketing right, you need to have marketing strategies. You need to have attraction strategies, okay? So these are very specific things that you can do that's going to leave people coming to you. And the third piece of marketing that is absolutely key if you want to be able to get people interacting with you and coming to you and ultimately buying from you is mastering your content. Now, there are 3 different types of content that I teach my clients to implement into their business. There's a time and place for each of them. And it's something that you really want to dial in and nail if you want to generate exceptional results, okay? The third and final pillar that I'm going to speak to you about today, if you want to hit those 30K months and beyond in your coaching business, is sales. Now, before you run away being like, oh, I hate sales, I hate listening about it, I hate talking about it, and all of the things, if that's you, then that might be the very reason that you're actually struggling. So let's debunk this. I have a personal belief that has really served and supported me that I teach to my clients, and that is that selling is serving and serving is selling. If you intertwine the two, it becomes so much more enjoyable, and I promise you that it's true. I get genuine value out of going on sales calls with people. I get genuine value out of being in a sales conversation with someone, right? When I'm looking to buy from someone, that is valuable, because typically on a sales call, what people are doing is they're asking you where you're at, where you want to be, and what's holding you back. And there's usually a conversation all within that. And if you don't actually have that clarity on what is holding you back, if you don't actually really ever ask yourself where you're currently at and what that specifically looks like, or where you even want to be, and you don't know that, then that's a problem. And therefore, going on a sales call can actually help you gain that clarity, and clarity is absolutely essential for success. So it's really important that you see that sales calls can be valuable. Sales conversations can also be valuable. And also, if someone's actually struggling with something, if someone is actually in a lot of pain in a certain area of their life, is it not valuable for them to find a solution to that and start, leaning into that solution? Of course it is. Therefore, sales is serving, okay? And it's a disservice to not sell your program that is the solution to someone's very big and painful problems. To not sell, to not tell them that you have the answer, you have the solution, you have the formula, you have the method, you have the process, is such a disservice. Therefore, sales is serving and serving is selling, okay? Really, really important. So to master sales, there's 3 key things that I teach my clients to focus on. Number 1 is their program. You've got to have a rock solid program, a no-brainer offer, like I like to call it, where it is just so good that people actually feel so silly saying no to you. If people truly believed that by going into your program, that all of their problems were going to go away in relation to the thing that they've come to you with, they're going to get the solution that they're after and more, they're going to feel good, they're going to feel clear, they're going to feel confident, then that's an amazing offer, and people are not going to say no to that, especially when it's priced and it's packaged accordingly. So I teach my clients a full process on how to create a signature program that just is a complete no-brainer. When you know how to price it, where to the point that you're actually giving 10 times more than you're charging, then it just becomes so easy for people to say yes. And the answer isn't to just throw more stuff into it, right? We want to be really strategic and really intentional about it, because sometimes less is actually more, but knowing how to give significantly more in value in comparison to the price point is what's going to make it a no-brainer. So that's really, really important. You also want to have a method that people are getting inside your program. What's the framework? What's your 3-pillar process? This is really key. This is something I teach my clients called their signature method. I'm actually walking you through my signature method right now. This is the 6-figure event method. It's events, it's marketing and sales. And when you master and apply all 3 of those things, that allows you to create a simple, sustainable, and scalable coaching business that you absolutely love, okay? And that impacts people all around the world at a really deep and high level. That's what happens when you master events, when you master marketing, and when you master sales. So you want to have your own method. And I teach my clients exactly how to do this, because it is a big and really important process that you want to get right. So when you get that right, that's the tangible thing that people are buying when they buy your program. Okay, so you really want to have that. The second piece to sales that's obviously really important that you master is conversations. So this is chat conversations And this is also sales call conversations. You want to master both. You want to sell via chat and you want to sell via calls. And there's a different time and place for each of these. And when you know how to do it properly, this is what's going to up your conversion rate and make sales feel really, really seamless. Okay. And then the third and final piece to sales and to this entire process is retention. So if you want sales to be seamless and fun and effortless and easy, then you have to, again, make sure that your offer is so good that people want to stay working with you. They actually don't want to go elsewhere. They want to stay in your world. And that's what makes sales so easy, right? And it also makes your cost per lead way higher in value. So retention is absolutely key. It's doing such a good job that people want to stay in your world. I have a really high retention rate in my business, and it's because of this very reason. Okay, so let me summarize the 3 secrets to consistent 30K months and beyond for you. Number 1 is running epic events. You need to have a plan, you need to have a promotion strategy, and you need to know how to present your events. When you master that, that's what's going to make you a scalable business. It's going to make sure that you go to bed at night feeling like you truly made a difference, and it's what's going to grow and scale your business. Number 2 is your momentum marketing. Now here you need to master your messaging, your attraction strategies, and your content. And when you do that, you're going to have people coming to you on a daily basis, inquiring to work with you and signing up to work with you. And then the third pillar is to have a seamless sales process where you have a no-brainer program, you know how to sell via conversations, and you know how to retain your ideal customers. When you master the 6-figure event method, which is these 3 pillars, this is exactly how you get to those consistent 30K months and beyond. I hope you have enjoyed this episode today. If you have, come and say hi to me on Instagram. I'm at Sofia Rose Bernardi, and let me know your biggest takeaway. And if you want a audit where you get to see where you're actually going really wrong in these areas and what you're doing well in, so you know exactly what you need to improve on, come message me on Instagram and I'll send you an assessment and give you a bit of a 3-step roadmap from there based on your answers so that you can take your business to the next level. All you have to do is message me on Instagram assessment, and I'll send that to you with those next steps so that we can get your business skyrocketing to success, because these are the only 3 pillars that you need to focus on if this is your goal. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll speak to you really soon. Although I can't see each one of you, I know you're there because of the downloads we see each week, and I appreciate your presence immensely. If something in this episode resonated with you, I'd be thrilled to hear about it. Connect with me on Instagram at Sofia Rose Bernardi. Share your key takeaways or simply say hello. Your thoughts mean the world to me. Remember, it's your feedback that keeps this show going. Until next time, take care.